Yeah, very good. The old juke. The old juke. King e5, right. So now notice that we forced this king all the way over to g7. So we juked him. We went king f5, juking king g6, but in fact we're actually going this way. The old juke. So yeah, now this king is unstoppable. But let's see what happens. So knight e8. Okay, be careful now. Be careful. Black is still trying to trip us up. Still trying to trip us up. So the point is, obviously, if we play king d5, he wants to play knight f6 check, right? Yeah, all the time, Mike. All the time. Okay, so we want to defend this pawn. So the right way to do it is bishop e6. Now we're getting ready to bring our king over. So black plays knight f6. Okay, now what? This move also illustrates a very important principle of endgames. My favorite principle, actually. So my favorite principle is the principle of do not hurry. So in endgames, above all other things, it often pays to play things as slowly as possible, because tempo and concepts of that nature are not really as important. So here, I mean, we're eventually going to get around to this, right? But might as well do as much as we can before we get to that point. So with that in mind, b4. Excellent move. So the idea here is that we're going to put all of our pawns on light squares so that they're easily defendable by the bishop. It's kind of an odd idea for an endgame, because usually you want to put pawns in the opposite color of your bishop to give it more scope. But here, all we're concerned about is making sure we can defend our pawns. So we're just going to play b5, a4, get our pawns advanced as much as possible, and then simply win this pawn. And as you see, black can really do nothing. So from his next moves, you'll see knight e8, b5, knight f6, a4, knight e8. He's really doing a lot. Okay, so now bishop f5, knight f6. Okay, now we start the journey. King e6, knight e8. And now, what? Yeah, king's marching. That's for sure. Okay, you need to be a little careful here. Need to be a little careful. You need to be a little careful. So if you rush in with like king d7, for example, play king f8, and now if you play king c8, all of a sudden you lose. I play here, I take, and I queen. And if you play king c6, I play king e7, and again you have the same problem. If king b7, I play here,
check,
I take, and I queen. So you have to be careful about these fork ideas. So white just absolutely pounded out all possible counterplay that black could possibly have. And again, use the principle of domination. So where is this bishop going to dominate this knight? Remember, this bishop can only dominate the knight if it's on a dark square, right? because again, a knight on light square can only jump to dark squares. A knight on a dark square can only jump to light squares. So if a knight's on a dark square, the bishop can dominate it. So where's the bishop going to dominate the knight from? Okay, c6 is one answer. You're right. It's the wrong answer, but you're right, it is one answer. The problem with c6 is it does not defend this pawn. So you're right, though. Thanks, Homicidal. So yeah, so the idea, the Llama Lord is correct. We want to dominate the knight when it's on this square, f6. So, and he's also right that c6 dominates it because of this. The problem with it is that it doesn't defend this square. So, absolutely right, f3. So bishop e4, knight f6, bishop f3. Bingo. Okay, so now as you see, black has no move, so knight g8. Okay, now here we go. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. King d6, king f6, king c7, king e7, king b7, king d6, king takes a7, king c5. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. We've won a pawn. Now all you have to do is promote. So how do we promote? a5 is a bit too risky. No reason for it. Simply king a6. Yeah, simply king a6. So now we're just threatening a5 take, and then just b6, b7, b8. So now knight f6, and now what's the move? Not a5. Not a5. This is where the principle of domination comes into play. If a5, black can play knight d7. And maybe still have some hope. Maybe. Not likely, but... Bishop c6. Again, domination. And now, of course, we don't care about this pawn because this b pawn is much faster. So he takes on g4. Now we're ready for a5. He takes. b6. No problem, Naim. You're not muted, so you're here. You're more than free to talk. So, of course, if he takes, just b7, and you can't stop the queen. So black tries knight e5. And now, for the third time, how do we dominate? You guys should be able to see this one. How do we dominate? Very good. Bishop e8. Yep. So now knight can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. And black resigned because can't stop this and this.